So far, I've done the engine oil and filter replacement, rotated the tires, checked and set all the tire pressure up where they need to be. We've inspected the steering, the suspension system, topped up all the fluids, windshield washer fluid, power steering, brake fluid, disinfected the heating and air system with that spray from Winds, done the brake inspection. Also, we adjust them if they're needed. If you have drum brakes on the rear, we'll tighten those up if they seem to be really loose and they're not doing properly. Tighten those up and clean them up. We lubricated all the locks and the hinges, inspected the weather strips and the CV boots, and that's what we have on the service here. Now we'll move over to the 100 point. We'll go ahead and fill this out for you so that you guys get a copy of this and you can see everything that's going on. Engine oil leaks, as far as the transmission, the differential, and the oil. Didn't see any leakage or anything like that. That all checks out okay. As far as the brakes, all the conditions are in okay. The thickness is all right. We'll go ahead and mark those as okay. We'll make a little note off here to the side of what the thicknesses were. On the fronts we had a 9 and a 7. There's we had 8 and 8s. Like that, and things like that. Any bad spots in those checked out okay. Same with the rears. Parking brake operation, we check as we leave, make sure the parking brake's holding, things like that. We'll check that out. Fluid leaks as far as brakes, we didn't see any, so we're okay there. Steering and suspension. We went through, we inspected the shocks, the lines, power steering fluid, the CV axle boots. Also, we checked for tire wear, improper wear and alignment on that. So we'll go ahead and check those off. The exhaust, we checked for hanging mufflers, broken pipes, anything like that. In this vehicle we didn't see any. Go ahead and mark all that okay. On the cooling system, we checked the hoses, the coolant, fill level, the condition of the fluid, everything like that. Shape still intact, clamps are holding tight, and there's no leakage there. So we're okay there. All that checks out on this 100 point. Cool. Fluid levels. We noticed the brake fluid was a little bit low, so we're going to mark that as it may need future attention at some point. We'll just put slightly low here with no leaks. You can read my chicken scratches, I apologize. I'm trying to make that okay. Engine oil was full, transmission fluid was full. It was a little dirty, we'll make a mark off to the side here for that. The coolant was a little bit low, we topped that off. Just make a note here that it was low when we filled that. Power steering fluid was okay, a little bit dirty. Clutch fluid, this doesn't apply on this vehicle, so we'll just mark that out. Washer fluid was good. Now, usually that's checked as we pull into the shop and everything here, but we'll check the condition of the wiper blades, make sure they're not peeling back, anything like that. You have any broken parts, they're working properly. This seems to have fairly new wiper blades on it, so I think we're okay there. Go ahead and mark those down. Okay. On the battery, we check that out as far as the terminal conditions, the cables, things like that. Had a little bit of corrosion on the positive terminal, but not enough to really be that concerned about yet. I do recommend a service though, to just keep it from gaining any corrosion, anything like that. So we'll mark that as okay, but advise that it needs a service at some point soon. The turn signals, on our Express bracket we do have, and when we pull this in we check all the turn signals, the headlights, make sure all the bolts are in good working condition. So we'll just go ahead and run through that just real fast. Seem to work, brights are working, the turn signal, we'll turn the key on so we can get past from there. Got the turn signal there, right one there. Fog light, we have one burnout on this, we do. Go ahead and make an advisement on that. Brakes we've been through, all those lights passed. Shut that off. We'll make an advisement on here that we have the right front fog light burnt out. Mark the rest of these is okay. lights, license plate lights, we'll check those, hazards, marker lights were on and they work just fine. Tire condition. Now again, when we pulled this in, we inspected for tire wear, you know, the proper air pressure, everything like that. This seems to have fairly new tires on it. I'll kind of graze my hand along here, see if I can feel any feathered wear, odd spots in the tire, flat spots, anything like that. Inspect the outside for weather cracking, things like that. This tire's still in pretty decent shape, and I'd say right now we're at about an 830 seconds as far as the wear on that. I believe the rears are probably right about the same. Yep, still really good tread on the rear. Nice and thick, no weather cracking. I think we're all right. Our conditions are still in good shape. About 830 seconds on each one of those. Topped off to 38 psi. When we checked the air filter, that was a little bit dirty. Possible service soon. Horn operation worked as we pulled in, we checked that. Fuel tank leaks. Obviously no visible fuel smells or leaks, anything like that when we were under there. Check that out. AC in the heating system, we recharged it, disinfected it, that's all okay. Fuel system inspection, vehicle's running, there's no leaks, probably doing okay. So we'll check that off. Now as far as the comments, we'll note any other services we may have noticed, like as far as the fluids being dirty and low, or past the 30,000 mile service, things like that. Make a recommendation on here. You know, based on the fluid levels and conditions, recommend a 30. So, based on conditions. Sorry, I'll write slow. Based on conditions, recommend 30. 30K service. Also, we noticed our right front fog light out. Make one more note of that. Let's see, we've got the battery service soon. That'll be part of the 30. All these fluids that were slightly dirty, release everything, that's all based on that 30K service too. So right here we've got a fully filled out with all the check marks, our advisements, anything like that, our brake measurements, our tire measurements, anything like that we go through. So that way you as the customer get a copy of this, you know, the condition of your vehicle, everything like that. We're also going to note on here which technician it was working on it. So I'll sign my name here as Jason. That way you know who to come yell at if you don't like the way we worked on it or something like that, but we'll be alright there. Try and take care of you as best we can here. So that's all filled out correctly. You will get a copy of that. Also on this, being a one-man crew on this did take me a little bit to kind of go through everything with our express service that we do have. The process goes a lot quicker with this. On our express service, we do not require an appointment. We'll get you in and out as fast as we can. Usually within an hour, we'll have you in and out, car washed, everything like that. This whole service will be done. You'll have a check sheet just like this. You'll be ready to go. Again, this is Jason, Applejack's Hollander down here at Tengarf Nissan. Anytime we can help you out, be sure to come down here and see us, and we'll take care of you as best we can, okay?